Es hora de hablar de cómics.
Entonces hablemos de cómics.
Oh, ok.
Ok, está bien. Esto es Pam, el podcast.
Oh yeah.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, that's right. Welcome to another episode of PAMelpodcast. This is ReadyMan7653, Twitter, Instagram, and the TikTok.
Red Assassin 55, Twitter, Instagram, and the TikToks.
Remember, you can follow us on social media on Twitter and Instagram as Pam_podcast, and Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok as PAMelpodcast. How was your week? Now that you're off the COVID.
Oh yeah, I'm clean. Already checked out. But, man, it was just fighting boredom.
Why?
Because you cannot do anything. You cannot leave your house. At least while I was in quarantine.
And your apartment is not exactly too big.
Exactly, so I'm just bored out of my mind.
Damn.
And I cannot go to work out because of quarantine.
No, but man,
Like, just bored out of my mind.
damn, but everything okay
The good
now.
thing is I resaw many of the classics. Basically, I marathon the shit out of the Lord of the Rings stuff.
Why I'm not surprised.
Man, I was bored.
Imagine.
Like, nothing to do.
I mean, I imagine that you could also make a Harry Potter marathon and it wouldn't be any problem.
Well, at the time, now that I went back to work and I'm healthy.
You realize that this sucks. Yes or no?
What sucks? This show?
No. Being in a lockdown.
Yeah, it sucks.
That's the problem. I mean, and also imagine this, or let's put it this way: you are in a lockdown in your apartment. But imagine if your apartment is like one of those Japanese apartments, like the 4 meters.
It's not that small, man. But
No.
in any
I'm not
cases-
saying that yours is that small. I'm saying imagine something like that. Damn, man.
No, the good thing is I had internet, and my landlady was nice to me. So she fed me. The bad part is that she fed me like an animal.
What do you mean an animal?
It's just that she just put the plate in a tray in front of my door and just left. Like,
Well, that's not like an animal, man.
but I had
What
to.
kind of animals are you taking care of? Are you looking at?
No, I mean like a zoo animal that they put their food in some place and they go for it.
That's very sad.
Because,
It
well,
is very
I
sad.
understand why. It's just like, oh man, this is what my life is reduced to now for the next 7 days.
Yes. Unfortunately for you, yes. But well, anyway, let's go to the first topic of the agenda. I'm glad that you're okay. Send a goodwill message, man. Come on.
Yeah,
Being in lockdown because of
you
COVID.
have to.
After all that we have done, after the first massive lockdown, after the vaccines, after the debate vaccine or not, blah blah
Well,
blah
for
blah.
you know that I didn't debate that. Like, I'm gonna
It's
get
just
vaccinated.
that, what I'm saying is that it's one of the things that happened in that process. It was 2020 when the pandemic started, right?
2020, yeah.
And we're in 2022, July 2022.
Oh god.
Exactly, that's my point.
All right.
But anyways, we're here. The thing is that we're here. So we have a lot of nice things to talk about. A lot of cool stuff. A lot of good shit to talk about. The first one we're gonna see is the end of the season, or the recent season of The Boys.
Yes.
Damn.
This is a fuck you type of show. Because
Why?
because it's a type of that says fuck you. I'm gonna shock the world.
Well, that's true.
I like it. That's why we like it.
Uh-huh.
It's just that sometimes it's just too much,
Why?
and I love it because it's the fight.
I love the way everything makes sense with you, man.
It's just that it was a big fight. It's not the big confrontation between Butcher and Homelander. They just
Not
saying
exactly the
it's-
one you expected.
Exactly. It was one, but it's just like something bigger is coming.
Oh, yes.
Now with this end of the season, because that's what it's coming. Homelander is gonna snap even more.
Is that even possible?
I don't know. I mean, in the comics it did, so maybe. But in any case, because I told my father he's now watching it, and he's still in pure shock. Like, what is he watching?
Like, what the hell is that shit?
Do you kids like
What
this?
did you get me into, man?
I mean, he's still watching. He's just horrified by it, but he's still watching it.
Well, because he's already watching it. I mean, he was watching all this narco series from Mexico, so of course he was gonna watch something like that.
But obviously, it's like when he's expecting to see something horrible when he watches a series about narcos.
Oh yes, but define horrible.
Like murdering, violent stuff, and things like that. He knows that's coming because it's the life of narcos, so obviously it's coming.
Yeah.
But when he thinks about superheroes, he still thinks of Batman of Adam West. That's his go-to.
And does that even surprise you?
No, and that's why this was horrifying for him.
That's my point. I mean, does that even surprise you in the first place?
And it's not a bad compliment to my dad. Like he's of the age, so okay.
Ah, yes, but well, let's go back to the boys' final part of the season. I mean, there's a lot of things that are gonna left us as a cliffhanger. For example, what happened with Homelander and his son. Son, yes, it's technically speaking, it's his son, right?
The protests that are erupting because Starlight is publicly outing him, but this is the US we're talking about. People are nuts. Oh yeah, I'm gonna generalize that because I deal with them in a daily basis.
Well, yeah, you know what I think about those things, man.
Well,
I know.
They're very extreme people.
Well, let's just say that it's a little difficult to deal with them the way we would love to.
Yep. So
let's just put it that way.
And it's a critique of their society and how they put up these type of heroes, these type of people, horrible people. Like, they're heroes. Like, no, they're not.
Well, surprise.
But okay, all right.
Surprise.
That's on you, man.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, if you realize things, I mean, it is a series that, of course, the idea is to not make fun, but to criticize the way American people actually makes things.
I mean, this is a critique of culture, pop culture, especially now with superheroes, and especially a critique for hero worship and celebrity worship.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right about it.
But
there's no denial about it.
Because sometimes, I mean, we see that with Ezra Miller. He's a horrible human being for what we're finding out.
And guess what?
And there are people still defending him. Why?
Well, we can use the song as, for example, The Doors said people are strange.
Well, probably. Don't get it, but okay.
But it's true.
It is true. That's the sad part. It is true.
Yeah.
But okay, like I said, you know I deal with them on a daily basis. I get yelled at for the dumbest things in the world.
It doesn't matter. I mean, it happens.
So
you know that happens, yes or yes.
So that's...
It's not something we like.
When people tell me, oh, don't critique all Americans.
Criticize.
Don't criticize Americans. Okay, I can.
Give me a reason not to do it.
Give me a reason not to.
Like, give me a solid reason why I shouldn't. I mean, it's just, I have to agree with those persons. We're not supposed to criticize just for criticizing. But
when you have the reasons.
Also, the American series all criticizing the American way of life. I mean,
when somebody tells me I have an issue, you have a first world problem, man. It's not a real issue in the rest of the world.
It depends on the person. I mean, and also it depends on the place. Because, for example, we may think, it's just that you're in the United States. What could be the problems that you may have?
I mean, they do have problems, very deep cultural problems, but they don't want to fix them.
That's an issue. That's something that they have,
and they don't want to fix them. They think they are, but they don't want to.
It doesn't matter.
But okay, and the boys shows that there's a deep-rooted problem where you are worshipping a monster.
Well,
because he looks, but he thinks like me. Then you should really think about yourself, man.
I don't know, man. Maybe you're going a little bit too hard.
I mean, it's like Homelander is right. People should be afraid of me. Like, if people don't respect me, I better let them fear me. Like,
why?
Why?
Give me a solid reason why
that is a good idea.
That is a good idea.
But okay, people are nuts. Well, what if we find out?
That's the issue. People, just like the song says, people are strange.
Yeah, I'm getting mad about this. Let's go to the next topic.
But we didn't talk anything about the show.
Well, the show goes deep. We always knew that they go hard.
Okay, that's not new.
But in this case, they go hard now emotionally. Because now we're seeing manipulation, like parents manipulating children to do something horrible.
Ah, yes, that's true.
And that shows that, yeah, it goes to the American culture that, yeah, the parents teach their children. And look what you are teaching to your children. You're not teaching them values, you're not teaching them something good, to be nice. You're teaching them, beat the shit out of that kid.
In that part, you're right.
So yeah, when people tell me don't criticize, you criticize them too hard. Well, I have really good reasons for
yeah, there's a reason why he's doing it.
I mean, I'm not gonna criticize something I don't know. But when I deal with that type of people every single day, I tell them, yeah, I do have reasons to. It's not that I see them on the news and go buy the news things. I don't watch a lot of news.
Too good, don't do it, man.
But I deal with them directly.
Yeah, you already mentioned, but it doesn't have to do anything with the show.
But the show reflects that type of culture.
But what? I'm talking about the final episode.
The episode is that you tell me not to spoil anything.
I know it's difficult, but for example, the last part when Homelander blows the shit out of a person that throws something into his kid. I don't know if it was. I don't remember if it was accidentally or not.
It was. He throws something at him. It's just landed on the kid.
Oh, so you're fucked up.
Yep. And people cheer yeah, you blew the fucking head off. Like,
you are so fucked up, nigga.
So yeah, blow his fucking head off. Like, no.
Well, yeah.
You should defend your kid. You should defend your kid. Yeah, that is correct.
Maybe you're just being too.
Man, is that I've read Superman so much that I think there is another way to do things. Yeah, you're just based a lot
on Superman, dude. That's what the boys do. That's the shit that happens on the boys. I mean, that's it.
I know.
What is the problem there?
I read the comic and I loved it for it.
So why are you complaining?
Because I have the same critique of the comic. Criticism of the comic. I love it. It's a good story. It's a good narrative.
So what is the problem?
I don't deny that.
What is the problem then?
It's just that I don't agree with Garth and his vision.
Remember in this kind of situations, they have to take it to the next level because they need to sell the story.
I know.
So maybe saying now it's just that I don't like that he takes it to the next level. Okay, if he didn't take it to the next level, he wouldn't have a comic series in the first place.
I know.
We wouldn't have a show.
No, the story needs to exist because it's a parody of a parody, and it's okay because it criticizes something. It has a message. Mm-hmm. It's just that I don't agree with the message of Garth Ennis. But okay.
No, you don't agree the way he's giving the message. And in that case, that's a little, I don't know. Your point doesn't make any sense about you like the show, but you don't like the message.
Well, it's just entertainment. I mean, it's entertaining to watch.
Look at it that way. It's entertainment and that's it.
But it's okay.
How many times we have said it before?
For example, people tell me that I shouldn't like Dr. House's approach.
Why not? He's a character.
He's a character. He's blunt, and apparently that's how sometimes people learn stuff or listens to you when you're just straight up blunt with them.
That's true. And what is the problem there?
So for me, it's the same thing. It's that for me in this case is that I agree with House because he's being honest.
You're telling me that I don't know. Maybe you're just taking the show to a place where it's not supposed to go.
Well, I don't know. Probably.
I guess. But
well, now let's go with something
completely different
and something happier.
Yes, because we already took too much time here. Miss Marvel is over. Well, at least this season.
The character is coming back.
The character is coming and coming hard.
Yeah,
let me tell you that.
That didn't sound right.
Oh.
But Miss Marvel is finally the show is ended, and I don't say finally because I didn't like it. It's just that
it's over.
It's over.
I mean, the season is over, and that's it.
Exactly. I love the show. It's really great. It's a really compelling character, especially nowadays. Like, this is not a forced inclusion. This is the most Marvel character ever because it's a random kid from a random place getting a crazy situation. That is the most Marvel thing in the world.
Kamala Khan becoming a superhero?
Yeah.
Maybe the only detail that can actually separate her from the rest is that she's a girl from Pakistan.
Well, not her exactly. Her parents are.
Well,
she's from Jersey.
It doesn't matter, man.
But people say like, "Oh God, that's horrible that she's Pakistani." No, that she's from Jersey. it's a running joke.
I can imagine why, but well.
No, it's that most heroes in Marvel are from New York, and there's like a banter. I don't know if it's like really rivalry, but there's a banter that New Yorkers don't like New Jersey, and New Jersey don't like New York.
Yeah, I heard that.
So that's the joke in this case. Like, oh gosh, she's awful. Why? Because she's Pakistani? No, because she's from Jersey.
You repeated the same joke 3 times.
No, but like I said, that's the running joke. And Spider-Man made that joke in a comic. She's like, are you taking offense that I'm from Jersey? Well, you like the Jets. Apparently Spider-Man is a Giants fan.
Oh, come on. That is just a running gag, man.
But I love it.
But well, what happened in the last episode that you say, oh man, this is the shit?
That her community, and not only the community of her mosque, like that, basically her temple, but the community in general, like her neighbors, everybody joined her to defend her from damage control. Like, she's just a girl doing her thing. It's a kid.
Yeah, it's like, dude, what were you expecting, man? It's not like, I don't know, Iron Man controlling stuff.
It's a lighter version of a real situation that sometimes cops arrest kids for dumb reasons. Or they want to take like really extreme prejudice to kids.
That's right.
And this is a lighter version of this.
Really lighter.
And obviously it came more for that she's a brown girl, as they call, like she's a Pakistani girl. And
once again, United States being the United States.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about it.
But also,
there's a big percentage of population in that country that is white.
Yeah.
And from that population, there's going to be not a big percentage, but a solid percentage.
And
there's going to be a lot
the
of
loudest
prejudice.
Percentage.
But there's going to be prejudice.
Yep.
At least it's not like they're going to be offended. They're going to be racist. But they're going to find it weird. It's not like, for example, a community close to Texas where you can see there's a lot of Mexicans, for example. Or, for example, in Miami, there's going to be a lot of Cubans or Puerto Ricans.
Exactly.
Because they are close.
Yeah, they're close there. And in this case, for what I heard is that there actually is, in New Jersey, the state of New Jersey, a really big community of Pakistani immigrants. Because that's where they land. So,
well,
I'm okay with that. It's just like, oh, okay, they're going with reality, too.
Cultural knowledge for you. Like, it's like one of those cases when you say, did you know that? Blah, 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 blah.
And I like it. Her community, and not only, like I said, not only her community of religious. It's just like her entire community. White neighbors, black neighbors, everybody just joined around her, like, to defend her from the police, basically.
Because she's the face, or she's gonna be the protector, I quote, of Jersey.
Oh God, Jersey! I love that gag.
You have to stop watching MTV, man.
I love that gag.
Come on. But well, let's go with the next thing.
It's like when we say here in Mexico, oh God, he's from Monterrey.
It doesn't matter, man. I mean, it's just, for me, it's a very stupid ass joke. I mean, it's not even funny. For me.
For me, it is.
Yeah, I know. But well, let's go for the next topic. Let's go for the next round, ladies and gentlemen. We finally saw.
They made the same joke to us with Mexico City.
I am changing the subject.
Okay.
We finally saw Thor Love and Thunder.
Yes.
Finally, we saw that shit.
I mean, I couldn't. Because he premiered the
On time.
I couldn't
do it on time.
Exactly. I couldn't do it on time because he premiered the exact same week that I was locked down for COVID.
Bad luck, man.
Man, that sucks. But the first thing I did, that when they told me, oh, you can go out now.
You're free.
I'm free. I went to see it.
Okay, so what are your impressions on Thor Love and Thunder.
Fun. Just straight up fun. I mean, there's drama, some romance, but this is like 80s type of romance. Just cheesy, it's lovey-dovey, and it's nice.
It's like a dream come true from an 80s movie.
Yes.
With their parody doses and a little bit of satire, black humor from nowadays. I mean, there's a part where Valkyrie is doing an Old Spice commercial. It was like, what the fuck, man?
And New Asgard became a tourist attraction.
And a very cool one, apparently.
And for some crazy reason, they're surprised Matt Damon again.
And Liam Hemsworth.
And
And Sam Neill.
And Melissa McCarthy.
Yes! We were performing in New Asgard. What happened in Thor Ragnarok. That was so cool, man.
I love it. And I love that Christian Bale is still a great actor because he wasn't that much in the movie if you think about it. But every scene that he was terrifying.
His character was very solid, man. Again, and I cannot believe why Marvel keeps doing these things. Wasting good actors in characters that are good, but they're gonna last only one movie.
Man, she lasted 3.
Cool.
I think you're referring to Jane Foster?
No, I'm talking about Christian Bale.
Well, that's what they do because those actors don't want to sign a multi-deal contract.
It doesn't matter, man. It sucks because...
So let's take advantage of that we have them.
I know, man, but it's just that I don't know. I feel it takes away a little bit of...
Besides, even Gore didn't survive in the comics.
It doesn't
not
matter,
a recurring
man. You're
villain.
going to tell me that this character is not going to be interesting enough to have to do something else?
Like I said, in the comics, they didn't go... From his saga in the comics that started in 2011. Yeah, 2011.
Yep.
He just had a saga of comics of maybe 8 issues, 10 issues, and that's it. Thor killed him because he had to kill him.
What I'm saying is that
he never resurrected. He never came back.
That's not my point. My point is that if this is supposed to be a different thing from the comic books, a different universe, a different perspective, and dude, it's fucking Christian Bale.
But Christian Bale didn't want to sign a multi-year contract.
How do you know?
Because he said so.
He already made it one. And he was Batman for a lot of people. He was Batman. He is Batman.
I'm not saying
After
that
Ben
he
Affleck
didn't.
and Robert Pattinson.
I'm not saying that he doesn't want to do it anymore. He just didn't want to do it for this one. They told him you're the bad guy, and I said, okay.
Well, he can say, well, interesting.
Interesting.
It's gonna be interesting for my career.
Exactly, and he's a good actor.
He's not only a good actor, he's a fucking god.
He was American Psycho, and he was, I think he's the bad guy. He was the lead character, but he was basically the bad guy.
Let's say lead character, and that's it.
Yeah.
But well, also, Natalie Portman finally saying goodbye, probably in the hypest way possible, man.
Yeah, she was the mighty Thor.
And sad, because that's the only moment we're gonna see the mighty Thor.
But I'm not mad about it. It's not a thing that also lasted in the comics. I mean, it was done more in the comics, but
I know, but again, it's a character that had a lot of possibilities. That's my point. Why you want to get rid of a good character and a good actor right away?
She didn't want to sign a multi-year deal, or
How
didn't
do you
want to
know?
renew the deal because she said so.
Remember, you don't have to trust their word. Andrew Garfield said he was not going to be in Spider-Man 3, and look what happened. Tobey Maguire said, I'm not going to be in
let's see
Spider-Man
what
No Way Home,
happens,
and
but
look at what happened.
But they put in emphasis that in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, not in the comics. The comics, that is something that is
the comic books is like, come on, man, we're gonna bring it back to life in nothing.
Exactly, but they put an emphasis that in the movie universe, that is something that can happen, and it's gonna be eternal. And okay,
because of stupid ass contracts.
Just in case of stupid ass contracts. Hey, we might be mad about it, but that's how we get new characters now. That's how we're gonna get now Riri Williams. But we're gonna talk about it later.
I'm not very hyped about it. But well, anyway, let's the brief moment for the Guardians of the Galaxy was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, they're always fun.
Yeah, but well, now tell me about this trailer that the Munsters are coming, but directed by Rob Zombie.
Yes, it's a love story. It's
a family comedy.
Yes.
That has the topic that the main the main characters are classic monsters.
Basically.
Directed by a guy that I believe is overrated, Rob Zombie.
That's your opinion.
We have a different opinion. That's for sure.
Watch the Devil Rejects.
That's part
I'm
of the,
telling you, watch the freaking Devil Rejects.
That's part of the spice. That's the salt and pepper of the show, dude.
Watch the fucking Devil's Rejects.
I already saw that shit. And
I know you didn't.
It's not that special.
I know you didn't.
Come on, man. You want to watch something really bad? Start watching Japanese horror movies.
I know.
That thing
I know those are better,
like
but this doesn't mean that he's doing bad movies.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying that for me, it wasn't that big deal.
And then why are producers still hiring him?
The same reason why producers make bad movies like Wild Wild West.
Yeah, well, hard to argue with that. But in any case, he has a very twisted sense of humor. Something we can agree on that.
Yes, I know he has his own sense of humor, but it doesn't mean that everybody has to agree with it, or at least must like it.
But for what I see in the trailer, it's still a comedy. I just want to say, like, this is his first comedy. He's mostly known for his horror.
Exactly.
So I'm very curious about that. Like, obviously you can see that he makes some jokes in his movies, but still a hardcore horror thing.
It doesn't feel like there was sometimes those jokes are like, that was not
No, it's that
necessary.
those jokes are meant to be uncomfortable. Because it's because of the setting of the movie.
Nah, bro, I felt them like way out of place.
Well, like I said, art is art. It's like you and
we understand that art is subjective.
Exactly. So I'm curious, like, this is his first comedy. I'm curious about that.
We already said that.
So, because it's like a director that you mostly... It's like Scott Derrickson, the first director of the first Doctor Strange movie.
Oh, yes.
He was mostly known for his horror. He was the director and producer of Annabelle and many of that franchise.
And he made a superhero movie.
Exactly.
Maybe not the best movie, but
still a good movie.
He is a good character. He is a good character in Doctor Strange. The character of Doctor Strange exploded later on in the Avengers.
Exactly, but what I mean is he still did a good movie. Not saying great or the best of the franchise, but it's still a good movie.
Decent.
Exactly, it just introduced the character the way it's always been. A weird character in a weird power set.
Like the rest of the MCU.
Exactly. But this is weirder because magic in Marvel, even in comic books, it's more about the perspective of reality. And that one always gets weird in every media. So in any case...
Let's just put it as an example, WandaVision, Miss Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
Just as an example.
And in this case, but this was his first superhero movie. Everybody thought, the horror guy is gonna do that?
Yeah.
Alright, let's watch. People liked it. They said, okay.
Just like the Doors song.
Exactly.
People are strange.
And in this case,
really strange.
Rob Zombie is mostly known for horror. Like, really hardcore horror sometimes. I'm not saying hardcore like good horror. They're just like hardcore, sometimes super violent. Like,
yeah, but sometimes it's like he's always trying to attempt to make a gore movie without getting into a gore thing. Like, it doesn't... I don't know, like... I don't know if it's a gore or horror movie, sometimes.
I just want to see how he can translate his type of jokes to a really comedy.
That's gonna be weird.
That's why I'm interested.
That's gonna be... If you ask me, that's gonna be really weird.
Besides, I always like the Munsters. I want to see it.
The Munsters written with a U.
Exactly.
Yep.
I always liked that show. I mean, I only saw the reruns, but I always liked it.
It's just... That's another thing, man. I remember that show as a really meant to be family comedy.
That's why I'm interested.
That's why you're interested, to see what the hell's going on. I mean, you really want to see the world burn.
Yes.
Damn, what's wrong with you? But well...
Okay, now, this is mostly for Latin American people, the next topic. But this is very important for us. It's... The trailer, or in Latin Spanish, or Latin American Spanish, came out of Dragon Ball Superhero. And people in the know, or that have heard of us for a while, they know that we respect, enjoy, and sometimes we want to do voice acting.
Yeah.
Because it is a well-respected craft here in Mexico.
Oh yeah, that shit's true.
And then, one of the voice of Gohan here in Latin America, or Mexico if you want to just go for that, passed away in a very tragic manner, and people
like a couple of years ago, right?
A couple of years ago, and then they announced we're gonna do another Dragon Ball movie.
We have to emphasize on something. The dubbing situation, the voice actors are like rock stars, or even bigger than rock stars in Latin America.
It was fun for me one time in La Mole, where one of the...
What is La Mole?
In a comic book convention here in Mexico.
Okay.
That the Michael Rosenbaum, the Lex Luthor of Smallville, came by to do a panel. But people was more excited to see the voice of Freezer, the Latin American voice of Freezer, than him.
Yes.
I remember that, and I thought, man, that is hilarious. I went to see both, but in any case, there was a bigger line for Gerardo Reyero, which is his voice, the name of the actor, than Michael Rosenbaum. I mean, he still got a good following, he still got a good line, but you can see the waiting line for Michael Rosenbaum was 2 hour waiting, while the Gerardo Reyero's waiting line was 3 to 4 hours. So, you might think, okay, do they respect the craft? Like, American people say, oh, so they don't respect American actors. No, we like them. We when they come, we agree with them. Like, we want to see them.
But
when you put something that we respect and love as much as voice acting,
we have to. People in the United States has to understand and has to believe that maybe we're talking about something that really doesn't make any sense or is not really that relevant for
the majority of people there.
But for us, and remember, this is a show made in Mexico.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be easy for us to talk about something else.
Yeah, very easy. But this is our show. We're gonna do it our way.
So fuck it.
So it's nothing against voice actors that are only doing voice acting in the US. But they see the difference. Sometimes probably see the difference between a Latin American voice actor to an American voice actor. Yeah. How he's perceived by fans.
Yeah, not because of talent, not because of art, not because of anything. It's just that the perception of fans is way different.
Yep.
Way different. That's it.
I mean, people follow them on TikTok because they're them. Mario Castañeda, the Latin American voice of Goku, has 5 million followers in just 3 days.
And probably
he has more right now.
Yeah.
But in any case,
he has a lot more.
But in his first 3 days, he got to 5 million followers. And if you see, maybe the same with voice actor Tara Strong, which is a voice actress from... Well, she's mostly known for voice acting. As maybe Raven from the original Teen Titans of the 2000s. She was Twilight Sparkle in the new version of My Little Pony. She only has 2 million, and she hasn't moved from there. So you see the difference between fans from the US to Latin America.
And that's like the biggest voice actor or actress number in social media.
Exactly.
But for example, the situation of Mario Castañeda is one. But for example, you look at Rene Garcia, what is this girl? Patti Acevedo, Rosy Aguirre, etc., etc., etc. You're counting at least 50 million followers. Yes. Only in 3 or 4 persons. Hands down.
And like I said, that's the difference of culture. And not a bad thing, it's just we need to respect more acting craft, even if they're not like on camera type thing.
That's right.
Still good acting.
But well, anyway, let's go to the point because once again we got off topic, like we always do.
Man, we need to start checking those.
Yep. So basically, the Dragon Ball Superhero trailer in Latin American voice is already out. We already know that there's gonna be a new voice for Gohan.
Yep.
Probably the reference. Nobody in the United States will understand the reference.
Maybe they will know one of the actors of the show.
I don't think so.
I mean, he's getting big in Hollywood, but like
Eugenio Derbez.
Yes.
I don't think so.
I mean, not big, but known.
Nah, not that big. I honestly think that's not really that big.
Well,
but it's one of them.
It's one of them. In his Mexican show called La Familia Peluche, one of his sons is now the voice of Gohan.
And that's it.
That's it. And we're excited about it because he's a really good actor. But that's it.
Exactly. But well, all right, and we're gonna finish by saying that the IronHeart show or series or movie?
Show.
Okay, it already started production.
Yes.
A new hero because why not?
I mean, it's a good character, except when Bendis is writing it. But he's a good character.
Yeah, Brian Michael Bendis, stay out of the character, man.
Yeah, I mean,
your writing with this character sucks ass.
I mean, he created the damn thing, the damn character, but he just did it to please his own daughters, and his own daughter said we didn't like it. Like,
that's a very shitty character.
At the time, now he's great. Now it's great. Really, William?
Yeah, but it was funny because imagine your own family is telling you, dude. We know your work, we know your craft, we know that you do this for a living. This time, no.
You really missed the mark. Terribly.
Like a big strikeout.
But some other writers took the character, gave it more deep, they gave it more personality, and a better name. And people said, okay, I like it now. Okay, this is better.
Definitely.
It's just like the beta testing went horribly, but now the alpha testing went great.
Fortunately, we're gonna have Riri Williams.
Riri Williams.
Dude, I have no idea, no knowledge about this character, man.
Well, it's very, very new. It came out in 2015. In comics, that's very new.
Oh yeah, I know. It's just that. What do we know about this character?
She's a genius African American girl. Very genius level intellect because she is.
Please don't make her. I'm gonna say this.
She's a 16-year-old girl that is now in college because how smart she is.
I'm gonna say this once. Please, God, don't make her lesbian.
Oh no, they haven't defined that.
No, it's just that would be like every stereotype you can find about I don't know, diversity in one character.
Well, we just know that she's kind of has a crush on Amadeus Cho.
I don't know.
But because she says the personality is that because she's so smart sometimes she cannot connect well with people. And she wants to. She's not a bad character, she's not rude, it's just that sometimes she cannot understand people's simplicity sometimes.
Oh well.
It's still fun. So
that's true. We're gonna see what happens.
Exactly. And
we're gonna see what happens with this.
The actor is gonna premiere and then be announcing Black Panther 2. So let's see what's going on.
Yep. That's gonna be a heck of a show.
Yep.
And that's gonna be a heck of a movie. Black Panther 2. I am still intrigued about what's gonna happen. How they're gonna deal with it. But we have to wait and see, right?
Yep.
Alright, so that was it for this week's episode of PAMelpodcast. This has been RudyMan7653, Twitter, Instagram, and the TikTok.
Red Assassin 55, Twitter, Instagram, and the TikTok.
Remember, you can follow us on social media on Pam_podcast and Instagram and Twitter. You can also follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok as PAMelpodcast. You can also follow us on your podcast platform, your favorite podcast platform. And remember, you can also follow us on Radio Voces y Destellos at 12 every Saturday Mexico City time.
Yes.
So this is it. This is it for the show. Thank you so much for listening to us.
See you later.
Bye-bye. Hey, thumbs up, man.
Give it a comment.
It doesn't hurt. Really doesn't hurt.
You can take the hate.
Esto fue PAM, el podcast.
Recuerden, PAM-podcast, Twitter e Instagram. Síguenos en PAM, el podcast en Facebook y YouTube.
PAM, el podcast.